it's here, my Atlas bag. I ordered this a few days ago. Pretty quick shipping actually. I appreciate that. So in this video, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff about this bag, how to load it up, and how I like to take it overnights or maybe 2 nights. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe though. This bag was roughly $500. It's very expensive to do this stuff, so it'd be great if we can monetize this channel. It'd make life just a little bit easier, so please like and subscribe. Now, back to the video. I have been using my Low Pro for pretty much everything for the last few months. And it's been okay. Not the perfect bag to go hiking or do any adventuring, really. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of issues with this, a lot of things I wasn't too happy about. And started doing some research on adventure bags or stuff you can take, hiking, camping, just do things with, because that's what I like to do. And I took this with me once, and it hurt my shoulders pretty bad, so I decided never to do that again. So I started looking into bags, and what do you know? Everything's super expensive today, or these days. So this bag was roughly $460. After shipping, taxes, and everything, it was about $480. So I'm going to say about $500. So about a $500 bag. I sat there and thought, is it worth it? Well, that's what we're going to go over, if it was worth it. And I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Let's open it up. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to sit down because I'm going to slide it out. And to be completely honest, I couldn't wait. I actually opened this up. I had to pull it out and look at it and kind of explore it and play with it a little bit. So I did open it up, but I sealed it again so we can take a look at it again. Didn't use the best tape to cover back up. So when you first open it, there's a little message. So the message is my name, the athlete backpack, because they have two. They have the athlete and the adventure. The size, large, and the color, gray. Order number, and then a nice thank you. You gotta love that. Please don't ever change that. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. Also a little bringing back the world sticker on it, which I actually really appreciate because I like to take this out. I actually like taking my cameras out on adventures. I have a trip to Yosemite planned coming soon, so I'll definitely be taking this. I also have a trip to Zion National Park, so that I'm super happy this is here for that. So I do have a lot of plans for this bag. Let's pull it out and take a look. So it does come in several different colors. Comes in black, yellow, gray, and there has been different versions of this bag. So there was a version 1. This is the latest version, which I believe is version 2, if I'm not mistaken. So there are some differences. I'll probably want to be able to tell you exactly what the differences are, but I know some, so I'll point those out to you. So it's also wrapped in a little paper. Take this. So let's take a look. Atlas bag. Man, when I first opened this, I was excited because, well, it's $500 and, well, we want to see if it's worth it. But most of all, it means I will not have, hopefully, red stripes after a 15-mile hike. See, the thing is, camera equipment is heavy. You guys know this. It's really heavy. So when you take it and put it inside a regular bag, it just doesn't work. So what I did on my last trip was I took my Osprey and I actually tucked my lenses in here along with my water bladder, and a few things to clean, and this is what I used. Made me really nervous because putting my bag down, I think I kind of scratched one of my lenses, my 70-200 RF 2.8, which is a little bit pricey, so it hurt when I heard it. But it worked. It worked great. I was in Arizona and I did not feel the weight, obviously, because this transfers most of the weight to your hips. Not the perfect bag for carrying camera lenses and things like that. So, however, with weight, man, it really did save me because I hiked a lot. That's why I bought this. So, starting off, it's a little dirty. So the first thing I noticed was the Atlas logo. It's not quite as bright or doesn't stand out as much as some of the other bags that are out there. This was, I believe, in yellow on some bags and just really kind of light colors or the opposite of whatever this is. So it stood out. And, you know, carrying camera equipment around, you don't really want to let everybody know what you have. So I appreciate that they actually went with a light, a gray that almost matches the bag. So it's not easy to see. So this is going to be a two-part video. The first part is just opening it up, going through all the pockets, exploring what's in it, seeing what it ships with, and just some details about it. Some things I found that I actually really liked, some things that were new, and I'll talk about some of the downsides to this bag. And then on the second video, what I'll do is I'll actually load this up, we'll take it for a hike, and I'll let you know a little more about what it feels like. So let's get into it. First things first, let's open this up. Now, Atlas does ship the stuff inside the bag. So you'll see the dividers actually come inside. Sorry, dirty mind. So dividers come inside. Plenty of dividers. I really will not be needing any more. That's more than enough. Also, the hip belt. So if you're not familiar with this backpack, you can actually choose two different belts. There's a thinner version that's actually made for this bag, and then there's a larger, wider, more cushioned version that's actually made for the larger bag, the Adventure. So they both fit on either bag. So I went with the larger one because I do a lot of hiking. To start off, let's look at the back. So it is a breathable mesh up here, and underneath it, it does have some ribbing and space for air to kind of flow. At the very bottom, it has a little bit of a support. Actually, you pull these out here. These are the pockets that attach to the hip belt. We'll go over that. So it does have a little cushion in there, a little padding. So it does, actually feels pretty good. You do have the Atlas logo here. Adjustable, pretty much everything. If you're familiar with the Osprey or some of those, backpacking packs, this is very similar, just a few differences. So you do have adjustments here for the load. You have your sternum strap, adjustments down here, adjustments for the sternum strap, pockets on the sides here. Also, as well as inside each one of these pockets, there actually is a little flip out, I guess you could say, pocket. So you can actually put your drink in here. You could put your water bottle in there. You could put a lens if you're actually doing a photo shoot or just need a quick change and you want to carry an extra lens here, just kind of swap things out. There's one in this side, one on this side. Also, I found that you can put your concealed carry in there if you carry. Once that's kind of folded off and put away, There still is room for other things in here, so you can actually carry stuff in there. I've heard some people say that they're not fans of these little pockets here, so they're going to cut them out. I don't know. I kind of like them. I like the option, so not a big deal for me. I actually think they're great. Down at the bottom, something that is actually new to this bag. So it is strong, so you don't have to worry about when you're setting this down damaging your lenses. But at the bottom, we now have hooks. So little straps here and little straps here where you can actually attach your tents or whatever you like to attach to the bottom of your pack. So we'll do that later. I'll show you what it looks like. And it's rather easy. To the side, we have stretchy pocket. We do have one strap here. So that's pretty much it for the side. Just one stretchy pocket so you can put your water bottle or do what I do and actually put your tripod in here. There's one on the other side as well. So tripod works really well. Also, there are zippers on both sides. This side, it's got a little blue lining. So this is actually for your water bottle. Sorry, your water bladder. There's a little hook on the top here, which I'll show you later. So you can easily slide your water bottle in and attach it so it doesn't start flopping around too much. Downside to this is it doesn't look that waterproof. So if you have a leak, you're probably not going to have a good day. So I do plan on spraying this with some water repellent. So if my water bladder ever breaks, which I have had one break, believe it or not, they do leak. They can leak. So I'm going to spray this so in case that ever does happen, it leaks right down. And at the very bottom, there's a little hole where it can drain. Other side, similar zipper. You can actually see the camera compartment inside. So this is actually pretty great because you can actually easily, whatever you have inside, you can just reach in here and pull that out. So if you need a jacket or something really quick or something that's towards the bottom, it's easy to grab, or something that's on the side. So nice. Very nice. When I travel, sometimes I overload my packs and I always think, man, I really wish I can actually access it from the side to actually grab stuff from the bottom, and here you go. Perfect. Over on the front, we have, of course, buckles to cinch this down. We do have one pocket here, which looks like it actually has like a water-resistant zipper. All the zippers, I believe, are YK, and they all have some easy-to-grab attachments. Pretty good-sized compartments down here, so you can put like some of the quick access snacks or something like that up front. You have a little stretchy compartment here, so you can put your jackets or other things you may need immediately or quickly. You do actually have loops all along the front here, so if you wanted to attach something to the front, you could just buy some hooks or something here, stretch it across, and cinch things down to the front of it. Some folks actually really like having their tripods on the front rather than on the side, so if that's you, you can now do it. You just need to buy a little extra strap, which are pretty easy to find. Down at the bottom, one more zipper. This actually holds your rain fly. Thank you, because some of the companies out there do not include the rain fly, and you have to spend an extra $30, $40 for it. And after you spent, $300, $500 for a pack, you don't really want to find out that you need to go back and buy a rain fly. That's really annoying. Also, by the way, the rain fly is bright blue, so people will see you if you need them to see you. Okay, so we talked about these two side pockets. The top pocket, the very top just opens up just like a Osprey backpack or Osprey pack. You undo this cord and it's just a roll-up bag. So here are some of the differences between some of the old ones, I believe, and some of the new bags. On the inside, you have more attachments. So you can, let me see, I believe there is 3 new attachments on each side. So if you have something like an axe or something that you need kind of towards the top, you could easily buy something and hook it here. It's easy to do, easy to find, stuff like that. That's one of the things I really like. It seems like it's pretty modular and easy to kind of adjust things. All right, let's get the camera up a little bit and we'll look down into the bag. Okay, so now we're looking inside the bag. Here are those loops or hooks. I'm sorry, actually loops that you can actually hook something onto. There are 3 on each side. This is what I was talking about. The loops, so you can actually connect stuff to it and just have it dangle inside the bag. I know it's a little hard to see in there, so I will light it up with a flashlight. Hopefully you guys can see pretty well. Let's see here. So there you actually see I'm going to reach in from this side pocket so I can show you stuff. There is a little space on the front of it. See if I can show you that. Y'all see that? It's got a little blue fin on it. That's where your laptop goes. Focus on that. So yeah, this is where your laptop goes. Just pushes forward a little bit and your laptop slides right inside. I actually really like that. I thought the laptop was in the backpack side of it where it's up against your back, but I've never been a fan of those because I'm pretty rough with my bag, and you know, when I opened it, I didn't want that to kind of flip open and hit the floor. This is, in my opinion, a much better place for it because I will be a little more careful. So yeah, that's where your laptop goes. I have a MacBook 16-inch and it fits pretty snug. 16-inch MacBook Pro. Takes a little work. It takes a little work and it has to slide in straight. So you have to kind of, you can't go in at an angle. It is very snug, which is not a bad thing because once it's in there, it's in there. And it's actually flush, just a little bit lower than the actual camera unit. So that's where it goes. So another thing I forgot to mention was the very top of the pack. Actually, you have your loops or Molle webbing. This is kind of funny. It has the material itself as a Molle webbing. And then you have the Molle webbing on top of that, which is kind of neat. So you can attach a lot of stuff to it. So if you want to just add things to it, you could easily do it here in the front or on the inside. So that alone makes it pretty modular or pretty easy to kind of adjust things. So I'm a huge fan. Also at the top, you have this pocket, which isn't all that deep, but that's where I keep like my filters. You do have an attachment for your keys, so you don't lose it. Easy to find. And then you have your other pocket right above that. So this is quite a bit larger than the other one. So yeah, you can stuff a lot of things in there. Pretty great. This pocket on the inside doesn't have any sort of attaching pieces or units or anything like that, and doesn't have Molle webbing. That would be actually kind of neat if you had Molle webbing on the inside. Last but not least, when this is actually flipped open, I'll flip this around. There is Molle webbing here, along with a little area where you can put your name and stuff. So Molle webbing, and then it has one more zipper on the inside of the flap. So you can put stuff in there. Not super deep, but I would say roughly 3.5, 4 inches. Of course, you do actually have your little hole here where you can actually run your tubing for water or your bladder. Has a nice big hook or handle on the top, so easy to grab, even with gloves. You do have your attachments here, so you can stretch out. I actually have it tightened up all the way because I'm pretty tall, so it does have the little straps here where you can actually stuff your extra material. One thing it doesn't have that I kind of wish it did is a pocket here, so you can actually stuff your phone. That would have been kind of neat. Have a pocket here that kind of elastic stretches out. You can tuck your phone in there. That would have been great, a great addition. I know one other backpack company that does that, so I'm sure maybe somebody will have an extra attachment or something that I can find where I can actually add that myself. The one downside to the bag that I found is these actual straps. They're not quite as wide as some of the other packs out there. They kind of taper down at the end, and I don't know. Obviously, this is adjustable. So yeah, that's the one downside to this. I really wish this was a little bit wider. So this piece is roughly 2.5 inches wide at the very top. It goes 2 inches and then down to 1 inch at the very end. The camera core, I guess you can call it, or compartments. I forgot to mention these. So it does have a elastic pocket here, and then it has two kind of small pockets here. Last but not least, when you open it, you do actually have this opening, so you can actually reach inside, grab a jacket or whatever you need. That's one of the really great things is you can access this pack from the sides, from the back. You can also even, this is what they call the origami thing. So you can stretch this out, create a smaller camera core. If you have it like this, you're looking at roughly 10 inches wide, 9.5 at the bottom, and down the center about 10.5 inches. If you fold that origami piece back, you have a lot more space. So, I mean, obviously still about 9. Height, you are closer to 15 at the center. That's a lot of room. And 14 at the ends. So one of the downsides to this that I've found is my lenses will all fit laying down, but standing up, not so much. Okay, so 70-200 folds down pretty simple, and it's very compact, the RF version. It sticks up about 3 inches. This compartment is about 4 inches deep. So I do wish this was a little bit deeper. I do know that the other pack, the Adventure, actually is a little bit deeper, but not by much. I think it's 1 inch. It still wouldn't fit this lens. This is a Sigma 50 with the adapter. That sticks up with the adapter roughly 2 inches past. If I didn't have the adapter, it would fit just right, just barely. Now the regular RF lenses like the 15-35, which is what I'm using now, that doesn't fit standing up either. So I do have to lay that down. My camera itself, I do have to lay it down. It can't sit sideways, so it does need to be laid down flat. But we'll arrange this so we can kind of fit a few things in there, and I'll show you what it looks like. most of it in there. Now, time for the hip belt. So the hip belt itself is separate. It does have Velcro pieces there. And on the inside, you can actually feel the Velcro as well. So they're here and here. They attach to this. Once you got it in there, you gotta fish it through a little bit, but wrong side up. So you gotta fish it through a little bit. Mine is a medium large. There are some more attachments here, so you can hang stuff off the side if you want. There you go. All ready to go. All right, so I loaded up my backpack. This is pretty much what I would use if I was going to go to a coffee shop and just start working on stuff. So my laptop, my charger, I'd slide it in one of those pockets, and camera, some SD cards and stuff just in case I want to stop at a photo shoot or do something different. That would be it. But let's load it up as if I was doing a overnight in the summer. All right, so I think I got everything here that I would need for a overnight. One thing I wouldn't be taking with me is my laptop, so I'm going to take that out. First things first, a little cover, for a rain cover for my hammock, because I'll probably do a hammock. My actual hammock with a mosquito net. That actually is going in front where my laptop would normally go.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all.
That is not bad at all. What if you're more of a tent camper? So let's take a few things out of this. I'll put my tent on here. All right, so there are several ways you can attach these. There are these really long straps here. These are perfect. Just get yourself some of these just in case you want to attach other things to it. There are smaller versions of these. I have some here. They're actually in blue. But actually my favorite way, this is ultralight, an ultralight two-person tent. I actually just really like keeping it very simple. So here's what I did. Cable management Velcro that I found at, I believe, Lowe's. I attach to the bottom loop, go through the top loop. Most tents will actually have some sort of attachment there. I went right through it, and it fits perfectly. It Velcros up top, down to the bottom. Tighten it as much as I can tighten it. Then you attach it down this one, and then this one attached down to the bottom. There you go. We are ready to go. All right, so there you've seen it. I packed everything I needed for a overnight, maybe 2 days, and this is tent camping, so can't go wrong with it. It's pretty darn great. So there you go. That is the basics, the loading and what you can do, what you can carry with this. All the pockets. Hopefully I covered everything really well. If you have any questions or any areas you want to see better, let me know. I will record them for you. I didn't want this video to be too long, so what I did is I split it. So the second half of the video will be uploaded right after, 1 day later, so you guys can kind of see what it's like hiking and actually exploring with this bag. I'll hike a few miles, and I won't be taking it for an actual long trip for a little while because it is hot in Texas. For now, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'm spending quite a bit of money, $500 on this bag, so it would help if I could monetize it. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing.